This is Paper Diamond, and you're watching DubEra.com.
What's up, guys? This is Tart from DubEra.com. We're sitting here on the sunny Gulf Shores of Alabama. We just caught up with Paper Diamond after his raging set in the Xbox tent. Let's hear what he had to say about it.
What's up? Paper Diamond here at Hangout Fest, kicking it on the beach.
Hell yeah. You just wrapped up your set at Hangout Festival. Was that your first show on the beach?
I have had bands play here before. It was my first Paper Diamond festival here at Hangout, and it was incredible.
What'd you think of the vibe and everything in that Xbox
I mean, it was wild. You know, the tent was packed out, and all my people, all my friends, and everybody was, you know, it was crazy for me. It was crazy.
There's a lot of rage sticks going on. You see those?
There was. There was.
I heard you drop a new remix of Rusco Thunder. What can you tell me about that one?
Yeah, well, you know, it's been really cool being on Mad Decent now, and which is Diplo's label, and it's given me some opportunities to mess with some other type music, which has been awesome. So I remixed that new track, and I'm not sure when it's coming out, and it's kind of like, you know, I've been playing kind of it exclusively at shows and not really putting it out. But
is it a official remix? Did Rusco come to you and ask you to do
Mad
it,
Decent,
or
Mad
Diplo
Decent
sort of orchestrated it?
Yeah, Mad Decent kind of like hooked me up with it and sent me some stems, and I was messing around with it. And there aren't any release plans yet, but it's really fun to play live, you know.
Yeah. And what about that new Bass Nectar remix?
Yeah, the Bass Nectar remix is kind of a similar scenario, except for Lauren, Bass Nectar, hit me up and was like, "Hey, I want you to try and remix the song," and I remixed it, and there isn't really release plans for it yet. So you know, kind of when like an artist does that, I asked him if I could play it out, and he was like, "Yeah, play it," you know. But I don't know if he has when he has plans to release it. But right now it's cool because when people come to my shows, then you know I have so much like original remixes, stuff that you're gonna hear exclusively at the shows, so it's cool.
You, on a Paper Diamond track, do you play instruments live? Do you do live drums, or do you do it on the drum machine, or do you do MIDI instruments all over the place?
It's different every time, and I've been like, since I've been touring so much, I've been renting studios in a bunch of different cities and going in and recording like real instruments, then chopping it up. And I have a studio in Boulder, Colorado, so you know I have a bunch of vintage keyboards and drum sets and whatever. So
sounds pretty awesome.
It's a mixture of everything, and I think that you know, musically I'm making like all genres right now. Like I'm working on tons of electronic music. I'm working on some rap stuff. I just got in the studio with Manny Fresh, who did a bunch of really dope stuff, you know, and so it's been cool just like making dance music and hip hop and rap and dubstep and electro and everything.
Speaking of like making different types of music within EDM, do you have like a mindset, like when you go into a song, like you're like, yo, I want to make a dubstep track right now, like you know, at a $140, or like, yo, I want to make an electro tune?
Every time I make music, it's completely different, and like, you know, sometimes I'll be like, all right, I want to go and make this type of song, and a lot of times I'll be like, all right, this sample is really dope, wow, this tone is really dope, I really love the tonality of what's happening, or I really love the sounds that are coming out. So sometimes it's a sound, sometimes it's a loop, sometimes it's like a sample, sometimes it's, a lot of times recently I've just been playing a lot of keys and writing chord progressions, because ultimately right now I'm kind of like writing songs and less beats, just as what I'm interested in right now. And I've been writing a lot of lyrics too, and then singing them and working with singers and being like, hey, we sing this, let's like, you know, so that's kind of like how that stuff has been happening. It's been very inspiring to be able to not only make instrumental music now, but be able to like express myself with lyrics also. For
sure. What can you tell us about those singers you had? I think they were on the first 2 tracks of the new EP.
There's a singer named Nasa Miyu from New Orleans who's beautiful, and she worked on the song with me, and we did a video for it, which is crazy because, like, you know, we made the video for a pretty limited budget, and it was like, you know, I'm still an independent artist giving away my music for free, touring all the time. And, you know, with Mad Decent backing in and everything else, MTV hit me up and they premiered the video, and they're like playing it on television.
I saw that. That's what's
if people were like, you're going to be on MTV every day for the next couple weeks, I was like, what? So it's been cool. You know?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yo, you play on an iPad, which I've never seen anyone else do. I don't know if you have. Describe the process that went into putting Ableton onto an iPad and how exactly that works. Does it pick up every little, you know, time you touch it real well, or just?
It does. It's very touch sensitive. Really, using the iPad kind of came out of necessity for me because at the time I was traveling with an APC 40, which is like this big, you know, and it's when you're and I was flying every single day. Like, I was opening for Pretty Lights for 14 days in a row, and they were all on a bus, and I was just flying every single day. So, you know, when you have to like carry this thing under your arm and it's breaking all the time and it's like huge, and you know, you have to check bags every day and you're flying every single day, I was like, this is ridiculous. I can plan everything that I do on this onto an iPad. And it's really touch sensitive, it's really user friendly, and I'm able to, like, I have every song that I've ever made, from Paper Diamond to Alex B to all that stuff, and so, you know, like, I can go play a party with it, I can go play the show with it and play a completely different set, and for me, it's entertaining, and almost, you know, I still get like worked up and everything because like I get up there and there's room for error, like I can fuck up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it makes it fun for me to actually be doing stuff up there, and like it's very intuitive and I like it.
What do you think of the avalanche of popularity that electronic music has received in the last couple of years?
I would say it's awesome. I'm stoked for it. I've been feeling electronic music for a while, and I was like, this is gonna be crazy sometime. Now it's like starting to come to fruition, and so for me it's just exciting, and so many of my friends are just killing it, like Big Gigantic and Pretty Lights and Bass Nectar and all my homies. It's just like, it's inspiring, and like it makes me work on music and work on Elman Oak and work on everything else every day, and so it's right now is like one of the most inspiring times of my life musically.
6 months ago, I heard Paragon was going to be the new Paper Diamond EP, and then just recently we got Wavesite on Mad Decent. Did you just change the name of the EP, or are we going to still see Paragon eventually?
Yeah, that's a great question. Basically, Paragon was about 8 tracks, and I worked on it pretty solid, and I was like, okay, I think I'm about done with this, you know, and I started sending it. You know, I have mad love for Pretty Lights music and everything. I sent my record to Diplo, and he hit me up, and he was like, yo, I really love these 3 songs. He's like, I really want these 3 songs for Mad Decent. So personally, like, working with Diplo and being able to do other stuff besides like Colorado music, but working with like artists and singers and all that stuff is something I'm sincerely interested in. And so I split off those 3 tracks, made it into a new EP. I still have the other 5 tracks from the EP, and I'm now refinishing Paragon.
That's what's up. Describe your relationship with Diplo. How'd you guys meet?
We were just partying. I was like seeing him all over the country at festivals, and you know, I'd be like, yo, let's go fucking kick it, and he was down, and then yeah, I don't know, we just ended up hanging out a bunch, and we started texting and shit. I sent him my music, and he's been super supportive, and the Mad Decent people have a lot of really good things going from there, and they're very attentive as far as the label goes. So it's exciting for me to be able to work with those people.
As far as electronic music goes, like that Lex Luger type, like trap production style, that seems to really be picking up, from like ASAP Rocky blowing up, the Flostradamus's popularity, Mimosa got that future trill sound going on, and even like the new Good Music Kanye West tracks sort of have like that like buck 40 BPM, and it's like super fast hi-hats and stuff. What do you think about that style coming up?
I always love that stuff. I used to live in Memphis for several years. Like, rap is ingrained in my blood, you know what I'm saying? I love everything that has to do with rap music, and so yeah, it's funny to me because, you know, I've been making stuff at 87 and 80 and 75 and 110 and all this stuff for a long time, so now like all of these things are becoming more popular in certain ways. Like 110, I had a lot of stuff that wasn't Moombahton but was at 110, and now that Moombahton has become more popular, it's been easier for me to integrate like my songs I already had at 110.
Right.
So like with all of that stuff, with like trap beats, like I have so much of that, like so much, you know, so it's exciting.
Can I roll up with you?
I read in one of your interviews that you wanted to open an Elman Oak store in almost every major city, including London, Paris, Tokyo. What needs to happen for those dreams to come true, man?
We're on our way. I mean, we have our store in Boulder, Colorado right now, and we just had our 1-year anniversary, and you know, on our block, like, it's expensive to own a store, and so like there's been stores turning over and everything like that, and we're staying strong and we're building. We've got 12 people working there right now, and so you know, I think that we have another line of clothing coming out, and I think that with what we're doing with Elman Oak is building it naturally and just like really putting the time and effort to make sure that everything we do is really well thought out. And so, you know, we're just going to keep building that store there. We're working on online distribution and getting stuff in more boutiques right now, and I think that once that stuff starts to happen, we're going to start opening more stores.
That's what's up. If I went and walked into the Elman Oak store right now, what would I see? What's it like? I've never been there.
It's beautiful gallery. There's artwork everywhere. There's guys' clothes, there's girls' clothes, there's skateboards, there's good music always. The whole place is wired with sound, so it sounds amazing in there. The Elman Oak offices are in the back, so there's always people back there working on, like, you know, my stuff, Cherub, Too Fresh, Elman Oak as a whole. So it's like basically a creative hub where people are always hanging out, and we have parties, and there's clothing, and it's right in the heart of downtown Pearl. So it's like a great place for everybody. Like if you come to Boulder, it's pretty much, you don't want to miss it, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Hangout. Make some noise if you got my new EP out on Mad Decent called Waveside. Brand new shit if you haven't heard it yet. Hope you guys go and get that music for free. Thank you so much, Hangout. Make some noise.
What up, this is Paper Diamond. You can download all of my music at paper-diamond.com or maddecent.com or prettylightsmusic.com. You can hit me up, and I generally will hit you back on Twitter at @paperdiamond or on Facebook /paperdiamond. And you are watching DubEra.com.